All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got ourselves a video from the Blooper team and their brand new game called Cronos: The New Dawn. Now, this is the official gameplay reveal trailer that we've been waiting for ever since the game was initially announced earlier last year. Now, this particular video game I've been looking forward to, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out, because my biggest issue with Blooper team was that I thought they did a good job on the Silent Hill remake, the Silent Hill 2 remake, but I didn't think they did a good job for a Silent Hill remake. I thought they made a great horror game, but with the Silent Hill name, I just felt like it didn't quite land. But I always said that Blooper team, and you could go back to my older videos, if they were to make a horror game that wasn't tied to any original IP from before, I think it would be something that I'll be interested in checking out. And that's exactly what we have right now with Cronos: A New Dawn. So let's check it out together. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Let's get it.
Focus your attention. What do you see?
Giant. Sleeping.
Again.
Animals.
So far, I really like the setting of Cronos, okay? I'm very much into that kind of sci-fi-esque looking horror game. You know, I'm a big fan of Dead Space. Every single Dead Space I enjoyed for the most part, with number one, obviously the OG being probably the best in my opinion. But still, I really enjoy this kind of like overall aesthetic. So I'm all for this.
Fighting.
Wait, hold on. Go back to that. What was that? Interesting. Okay. I was trying to see what these NPCs were that were being shown here. Bring them back. One thing I will say really fast about the Silent Hill 2 remake is that it was made in Unreal Engine and it had its typical stuttering moments with Unreal. This particular gameplay is running very smooth, so hopefully that is also going to be the case at release, and it's not stuttery like it was with Silent Hill 2 remake. Hopefully they learned their lesson and they learned from their experience, and they can they can make the gameplay a lot smoother and run a lot better. Hopefully, we'll see, but it looks good so far.
Stay focused. Stay cautious.
That is our calling.
Oh, that was fucking cool. Hold on, let's go back. Hold on. That was cool. The way the gun came, that was cool. That was
our
cool.
calling.
So, I mean, immediately people are going to make the reference to Dead Space, because you could see a lot of similarities between this game and Dead Space in the enemies looking very necromorph-like and whatnot, and the overall setting, and especially when he did that zipline thing where he kind of, I don't know if it was zero gravity, but he kind of, the way that he spun and just landed on his feet as if he was like in space, zero gravity, very similar to Dead Space. I mean, listen, it's kind of unavoidable at this point whenever you make a horror game that's based in sci-fi like this, and especially since the enemies are very similar to necromorphs, but they do have some distinct differences. You can see this thing has multiple arms, and some of them even look human-like. It's very interesting overall. Graphically speaking, the game looks really good. Obviously, there's no doubt about it. Silent Hill 2 Remake also looked very good. It's just the way that it ran at launch was a little bit shitty. Unfortunately, because of Unreal Engine, there was a lot of stuttering issues, but they eventually did fix that. And hopefully they kind of, avoid that in this upcoming game.
You almost fried there. Good thing I was around. Traveler.
So number one, the music is incredible. So far, anyway, we really don't have too much music, obviously, but the tone is overall set and it's set properly. It's coming out apparently this year, which that's awesome. Didn't know that. I thought it was going to be next year. It's coming out this year for Steam, PS5, Xbox, and Epic Game Store. So no Nintendo Switch 2, unfortunately, but that's not shocking. But yeah, this game looks really, really good. Now, overall, the conversation about this game is going to go in one of two directions. People are going to immediately just throw it away because of their own initial thoughts about perhaps Silent Hill 2 and the censorship that Blooper team did with that game. But I always said, again, and I'll reiterate this team did a good job creating a horror game. I just feel like they didn't do the best job creating a Silent Hill 2 remake. There's a distinction there that I want to make because they definitely knew how to set the tone with the Silent Hill 2 remake. The only unfortunate thing is, since it is based off of a game that existed prior, I myself, having played that game, have understood the censorship that happened in Silent Hill 2 remake. It wasn't a ton of censorship, but it was definitely there. And the tone was definitely toned down, if you catch my drift, in terms of horror and in terms of the overall story. There was a lot of things that were toned down for this modern remake for modern audiences. So Cronos, however, is a brand new IP that is built from the ground up that will allow Blooper team to explore their ability to make a horror game while also not being tied down by a previous established IP that has, a lot of people's, it's in our history. We've all played Silent Hill 2. We all remembered Silent Hill 2. And I think this will allow them to stretch their creative wings and not be held down by restrictions of making something less scary based off modern audiences, right? This game, I highly doubt, by the way, that this game is going to be scary. I was never scared. I'm not scared by most games. That's just the fact of the matter. But this particular game, I highly doubt it's going to be scary. I was never scared by Dead Space. I'm probably not going to be scared by this. Anything that's third person is usually not as scary as something as first person, in my opinion, but whatever. But this particular video game does look like it's running well. It does look like it has great graphics, great music, overall interesting sci-fi aesthetic, and I am a fan of the sci-fi aesthetic. He got called Traveler at the end, which I found very interesting. Wonder what that means. This particular guy here kind of looks like Doom Guy for a second. But yeah, this thing looks good. So we'll see. We'll keep following up on this particular video game. But you guys can obviously let me know in the comments down below whether or not you're excited to check out Cronos, if it looks like something you kind of want to give an opportunity to, and if Blooper Team has earned your trust to try out this game. That's really what it comes down to. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate if you could like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.